So in today's practice, this class is an add-on that I wanted to include an additional class during the chakra immersion, because there's so much content that I'm giving, and I'm very well aware. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday's classes, I'm just downloading a lot of information for you all, as well as the information that you're getting from the packets and whatever additional work you might be doing kind of behind the scenes. And so what I want to do is to have Friday's class be an integrative class where there's less chatter, if you will, from me, more just getting right into the practice and applying everything that we've learned this week and last week into the practice. And so you're really going to be practicing witness consciousness, where you're going into the pose rather than it being performative, noticing the thoughts that come up, noticing the sensations, observing the distractions, utilizing the tools of awareness to keep you back into present time. This is still an opportunity to reflect, unpack, without feeling the responsibility to have to reframe anything. Just things should come up for you, and maybe you have this little mantra in your head like, oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? As stuff comes up, isn't that interesting? Without getting too attached to what it might mean. That's what today is going to be about. So I'm going to lead you through the meditation, the intention setting. We'll go through Surya Namaskara A and B. I'm going to take you through a full-on flow practice that is reflective of what we did yesterday, but with more fluidity. It'll be more of a balanced practice because it'll also include back bends and forward bends at the end, as well as a longer, deeper meditation in the back end. And at that point, I might share some additional information just to wrap up this week. All right. I hope that works for you all. So sit up tall, palms onto the lap, thumbs together, Dhyana Mudra, eyes closed or gently open, softly staring at a spot on the floor. And so we utilize the skills of body awareness by tracking the body for sensation. And so we consider the temperature of the body, what you feel on your skin. And then we notice pressure, your physical body on the earth. And then we scan the body for tension, starting at the base of the body and slowly making your way all the way up to the very top of your head. And anywhere that you are experiencing tension, you want to take a moment to put your attention on the sensation, the language of the body. Remembering that tension can be situational, it can be generational, and it can be emotional. Very often in situational and generational tension, there's not much animation or response to it. It's when we begin to uncover emotional tension that we can be quite reactive as a way to avoid or continue to suppress. So always notice your reactivity and your emotional response. Place your palms into prayer, calling in the God of our own unique understanding, calling in the saints and the sages, the spirit guides and the angels, calling in the four directions, north, south, east, and west, and the elemental forces, earth, fire, water, air, and ether, calling in the Creator, and all of our ancestors. We ask, may this practice be an opportunity for healing and purification and clearing to occur within our body, our mind, and our spirit. May we commit to doing this deep inner work of confronting our shadow self and our ego, so that we can learn how to befriend all aspects of self and move into a greater level of wholeness. We recognize that the shadow self has much to teach us and is an essential part of our spiritual maturation. So we ask for continued clarity and patience and acceptance. We ask, may this practice be blessed. And together we offer this blessing with one single Om. Take a deep breath in. Release your hands. Come onto all fours. Inhale, arch your back, and exhale, press back into downward facing dog. And breathe. So remember your resources to remain in the body. We utilize breath and sensation and observation. Take a deep breath and stretch it back. And then walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Hands to the hips. Come up to stand. Palms right at the heart. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold all the way forward, hands at the floor. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, step back, top of a push-up. Either put your knees onto the floor or lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, either upward facing dog or cobra. Hold, shoulder heads pull back, gaze upward. And exhale, downward dog. And breathe. Commit to your drishti points, your eye gaze. And then walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come on up all the way, arms reach. And exhale, palms right at the heart. Again, follow the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Whole downward dog. At the end of the exhale, walk or jump your feet forward. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale, palms at the heart. Take a moment. And then one last time on your own. At the end of the exhale, walk or jump your feet forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come on up all the way and reach. And exhale, palms at the heart. Hold. Take a moment. Surya Namaskara B. Bend your knees. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale, come on up all the way. Bend the knee, arms reach and stretch. Exhale, both hands down. Step it back and lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale, press into the earth. Keep your tailbone in and reach. Exhale, both hands down. Step it back, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, and breathe. At the end of the exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale to stand. Palms at the heart. Take a moment and observe any changes in your body, changes in the temperature. Changes in any feeling from contraction to expansion. Just sensitize yourself just to the shifts that happen throughout the whole of the practice. Let's do this again. Stay with the breath. Bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Same exhale, right foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale all the way. Exhale, both hands down. You step back, lower on that exhale. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale, keep your tailbone in, arms reach. Exhale, both hands down. Go through the vinyasa. And hold downward dog. And breathe. And then walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale to stand. Palms right at the heart. Take a moment. No rush. And then last one on your own. Make it a breathing exercise and an exercise in presence. Hold downward dog when you get there. Step your right foot forward, stay on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, come on up into crescent. Arms up over your head. Interlace your fingers except for the index. Stretch the arms up. Bend the right knee. Keep the back leg straight. Find a focal point, either forward or look up if you want to challenge your balance. And breathe. Think about all the alignment that I've taught you in relationship to this pose. Apply the dual actions. Initiate the internal rotation. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, both hands down. Hold. Keep your left hand down onto the floor and bring your right arm straight up. Let both shoulders pull down the back and gaze up at your right thumb and breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, both hands down. Step back into push-up position. Lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your left foot forward, stay on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, come up into crescent. Interlace your fingers, but do it the opposite way that you did before. Arms reach. So play your edge, whatever that means for you. Observe any just noise, chatter in your head. When we're looking to work with the shadow, sometimes it's helpful to look at it in terms of various archetypes, personalities that are within us. There can be the mother archetype, the father, the judge, the critic, the mentor, the sage, the teacher, the priest or priestess, the child. Sometimes this helps us just to acknowledge the energy that's driving these voices. Take another deep breath. Exhale, both hands down. Right hand down. Inhale, the left arm straight up. Both shoulders down the back. Pull the sternum forward and breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, both hands down. Step it back and lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Hold. Inhale, bring your right leg up. Point your right foot. Drop your right hip. Descend the left heel down and breathe. Exhale, you're going to swing your right leg all the way through. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, come up into crescent. Hold here for a moment. Release the arms, interlace your fingers behind your back. Drag the knuckles down towards your left heel so the arms are straight. Lift your fists up off your buttocks. Bend that right knee. Feel into the sensation. Notice any shaking. Name the quality of the sensation that you're feeling and try not to dissociate. Take a deep breath. Exhale, both hands down. Walk your hands forward a little bit and you're going to lift the left leg up off the ground. Hands come forward, stay on the fingertips. Drop your left hip, chest forward and breathe. Bend your right knee a little bit. You're going to step your left leg back about 3.5, 4 feet. Walk your hands back, straighten the right leg. Keep that right hip pulled back. Inhale, look forward. Walk the hands forward. Hold here. Keep the quads gripped. From here, bring your left hand to the pinky toe side of the foot. You can elevate that hand on a block if you'd like to. The right hip pulls back, chest forward, and bring your right arm straight up, making a twist. Look upward towards the thumb. Keep descending the calves straight down into the Achilles and the Achilles down into the heel. Breathe. Exhale, both hands down. Keep both hands onto the floor. Look forward, bend your right knee a little bit, walk your hands forward, and then step your left foot to meet the right. Inhale, look up. Separate your feet hips width apart. Grab hold of the big toes. Inhale, look up and lengthen. The weight shifts forward to the front of the heels. You're going to bend the elbows, folding over your legs. Relax your head and neck and breathe. Inhale, look up. Hands to the hips, flat back to stand, feet together. Bring your arms down by your sides. Take a moment, the blood's going to drain down towards your feet. So you might feel a little bit dizzy. So make sure you're grounded. Feel into the little shifts of energy. What happens when we incorporate movement and breath, the impact that it has on the central nervous system, the brain, the hormonal system, helping us to get calm and steady, palms at the heart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it back and lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, hold. Inhale, lift the left leg up, point that left foot, drop the hip. Breathe here. You want to take a deep breath in, then exhale and bring your left foot all the way forward. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, bring your arms up over your head, hold. Release the arms, interlace your fingers behind your back, but do it the opposite way. So the awkward way. Stretch the knuckles down, squeeze the shoulder blades in, lift the fists up. Bend the knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, both hands down onto the floor. From here, you're going to lean forward and lift that right leg up. Walk your fingertips forward. Drop your right hip. Keep your chest extending. Lift the right leg up from the inner thigh and breathe. Exhale, bend your right knee a little bit. Step your right leg back about 3.5, 4 feet. Walk the hands back. Make sure you're heel to heel. Inhale, lengthen, extend and reach through the arms. You don't want to round your back and fold here. You want to keep some extension and breathe. Grip your quads. Inhale, look up. Walk your hands back a little bit. Keep your right fingertips onto the floor. Left hip pulls back. Lengthen the spine and make a twist here. And breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, look up. Bend your left knee a little bit and step your right foot to meet the left. Inhale, look up. Separate your feet hips width apart. Slide your hands underneath your feet so you're standing directly onto the palms. Big toes come to the wrists. Inhale, lengthen. The inner thighs press back. Exhale, fold. Let the neck release. Just check in with yourself so far. Have you been able to stay in your body in present time? Have you allowed yourself to get distracted? Have you been experiencing any parts of the shadow self coming up? The self-beat, the self-negation, arrogance, or the perfectionism, the judge, the critic? Just notice. Inhale, look up, release the feet, hands to the hips, flat back, come to stand, feet all the way together, palms at the heart. Take a breath. Again, just notice. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. Step your right foot forward, stay on the ball of the back foot. Inhale to crescent. Hands to the hips. From here, you're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, lean out over your bent right leg. You're going to keep your right knee slightly bent and begin to lift your left leg up off the ground. Keep your hands to the hips. Drop your left hip. Hold. Keep that right knee slightly bent. And then place your fingertips onto the ground, straighten the right leg, drop that left hip again. Inhale, lengthen, and now exhale, fold. Walk your hands back towards that right foot. With your right hand, grab hold of the ankle and just gently pull your head downward towards the foot as you lift the left leg. Inhale, look up, hands onto the floor, bend that right knee again a little bit. Step the left leg back about 3.5, 4 feet. Straighten your right leg. Square off the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold into your straight right leg. Walk your hands behind you towards your left foot. Fingertips face away from you. And then fold over the leg if you can. Look up, walk your hands forward, bend your right knee a little bit, step your left foot to meet the right. Inhale, look up, separate your feet hips width apart, bend your knees a little bit so your chest can rest onto your legs. Reach the arms around, interlace your fingers, stretch the arms straight, relax your neck. Take a deep breath in, excuse me, and press the legs straight. And breathe. Bend your knees a little bit. You're going to release the fingertips to the floor. Inhale, look up, straighten the legs, hands to the hips, flat back, come to stand. Come into Tadasana. And then observe. Turn in. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it back and lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your left foot forward, stay on the ball of the back foot. Inhale to crescent. Hands to the hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lean out over your bent left leg. Drop your right hip. Begin to lift that right leg up, but keep the left knee bent. Take a moment here. Allow the lower belly to draw in, and then reach your fingertips to the floor. Straighten that left leg. Inhale, look up. Exhale, begin to bend the elbows. Take your left hand, grab the left ankle if you can. Fold it in, but don't pop that hip open. You want to keep the action internal, not external. Inhale, look up, both hands onto the floor. Bend your left knee a little. Step your right foot back about 3.5, 4 feet. Then square off the hips and straighten your left leg. Inhale, look up. Exhale, begin to fold over the left leg. Walk your hands back and breathe. Walk your hands forward, look up, bend your left knee a little, step your right foot to meet the left. Bend your knees a bit so your chest rests on your thighs, then wrap your arms around the calves. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press the legs towards straight. Pull it in and breathe. Hands onto the floor. Bend your knees again a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Hands onto the hips. Slowly come up to stand. Balancing on your left foot, you're going to squeeze your right knee into your chest. You may need to use a strap here, wrapping the strap around the ball of the foot. Or you can interlace your fingers behind the thigh and press the leg straight. Or you can grab hold of the foot with both hands and then press the right leg straight. Keep your chest lifted. Take your left hand and either bring it to the outside of the knee if your knee is bent, or the foot or shin if the leg is straight, and then bring that right arm back and look towards the right hand. Keep the chest lifted. Look forward. You're going to bend that right knee, squeeze it back into your chest, and then release. Straighten both legs. Take a breath. And then from here, squeeze your left knee in. Either interlace your fingers behind the thigh, keeping the knee either bent or straight. Or take your hands, grab hold of the foot. Take a deep breath in, then exhale, straighten the left leg. Take your right hand either to the outside of the foot or the shin or the knee if it's bent. Left arm comes behind you. Look towards that left hand if you can. And look forward. Squeeze your left knee in and release. Take a moment. Step open to the side, feet spread wide, hands onto the hips, inner ankles lift. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Grab the big toes. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Release the neck. Inhale, look up. Walk your hands over to the left ankle. Turn your torso. Keep the right hip lifted and then fold into the left leg. Straighten the arms. Walk your hands over to the opposite ankle. Keep the hips level. Grab hold, turn the torso, and fold. Straighten the arms. Walk your hands back down the center. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands between your legs. Palms flat, elbows in. And breathe. Inhale, look up. Walk your hands forward, straighten the arms. Bring your feet a little bit closer together. Then hands to the hips and come to stand. You're going to step your feet back to the front of the mat. Hold here. Take a breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, folds. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot forward, come down onto the left knee, extend the left toes away from you. Straighten your right leg and walk that right foot up a couple of inches. Draw the right hip back. Hands forward. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, fold. Now either stay here or some of you can walk your hands back, slide the heel back, and then sit down onto your buttocks. You got to move that left calf away. Remember, this one can be delicate on the knee, and so don't do it if you feel like this can cause strain. It's not worth it. From here, bend your right knee, grab hold of the foot or use a strap, and you're going to straighten that right leg. Try not to collapse in the spine. You want to lift your sternum and breathe. Either stay here, or some of you can go ahead and bend your knee, and you're going to come into half lotus with that right leg. You're going to take your right arm behind and try to grab a hold of the big toe. Place your left hand on top of that right knee. Look out over your shoulder, making a twist. So there's 3 different poses that are happening right now. You find what works for you in this moment. Exhale, face forward. Squeeze that right knee into the chest. Put the foot on the ground. And then you're going to reverse that. You're going to lean forward. Bring your right foot forward in front of you so the leg is now straight. Then everybody inhale, look up. You're going to bend that right knee. Place the right foot onto the floor. Curl your back toes under. Lift that left knee up. And step back into downward dog holds. In plank position. Then downward facing dog. Take a breath. Step your left foot forward. Come down onto your right knee. Extend the right toes away. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, you're going to straighten that left leg. Walk the foot up a little bit. Hands onto the floor. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Either stay here or begin to slide back, planting your buttocks, moving the calf aside, bending your left knee, grabbing your left foot, straightening that foot, pointing the foot and spreading the toes, lifting the sternum and then pulling the leg in, and breathe. Either stay here or bend that knee, come into half lotus with that left leg. You're going to take your left hand, reach around, grab hold of the big toe. Take your right hand, place it onto the left knee. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, face forward. You're going to squeeze that left knee into the chest. Place the foot onto the floor. Hands are on the floor. You're going to lean forward. Bring that left foot forward again. Take a moment. Then slide the heel back. Bend the knee. This is for everyone. Curl your back toes under. Lift the kneecap. And then step back into plank. And then downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And then come down onto your knees. Come up onto your shins. If you need to fold the front part of your mat over to create some cushioning under your knees, go ahead and do this. But we're preparing for camel, for Ustrasana. You can use your blocks if you like, or curl your toes under, or extend them away. Keep your tailbone in, your chest lifted. Take a deep breath in, and exhale. Place your hands onto your heels. Press your hips forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades in, and then allow your head and neck to drop back. Inhale, come up, extend the toes away, and then sit back onto your heels, palms onto your lap, and just close your eyes here for a moment. And then again, come back up onto the shins. Either keep your toes curled under or extend them away. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands come down onto your heels, hips forward, chest lifts. Release the neck. Inhale, come up, but onto the heels or between the heels, palms onto the lap. Close your eyes and notice. So witness consciousness. And then again, come back up onto the shins. Inhale, lift, and exhale, drop it back. Keep the heart open and the head releases. Inhale, come up. Sit your buttocks back onto the heels. What is the sensation that you feel? Can you name it in your heart, in your chest, in your head? Can you feel your own heartbeat? Can you go past the beating of your heart and just feel energy? Tingly, expansive, fluttery. Shift your weight to the sides and extend your legs forward in front of you. Reach underneath your buttocks and pull the flesh back. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold, grab what you can. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Close your eyes here. Just hold Paschimottanasana with your eyes closed if you can, so that you can just really feel into the sensation. I'm going to hold you in this pose for just a little bit of time. Notice what comes up. Any projections, avoidance, suppression, or reactivity. Utilize your skills if you begin to feel dysregulated. If you need to look around, name 5 things you see, 4 things you feel, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste. That can often bring you back into balance, into present time. Breathe and everything changes. Find the breath and you find the mind. Find the breath and the mind returns to the present which is the only place breath happens. Find the mind, and it can direct the breath to those places in the body that need the most attention. Working with this simple teaching can decrease the tension we hold in the body and the mind dramatically. It yields a physiological response that can dampen down fight, flight, freeze, fold reactivity and encourage rest and digest, wait and see receptivity, which can then break the cycle of ritualized behavior. Beyond that, it invites us to hit the pause button, to wait, to notice. Yogis love to go there, exhaling into that pause, the gap before inhalation comes again, where we move from doing to simply being, from obsession to reflection. The gap where true liberation happens. Liberation from doubts, fears, memories, and traumas, even if only for a single moment. Yoga exposes the truth. It allows the stories buried deep within the body to emerge out of the tension you've released and into the open spaces you've created. But here's the thing. Only if you are open to receiving them. And that's not easy. Whenever we move, breathe, stretch, activate the ego, and push ourselves to our personal edge, big feelings can come up on the mat. We might get anxious, fidgety, look around, nod off, make jokes, anything to shift or change the sensation. So it's important to allow the thoughts, the feelings, and the fantasies to arise without judgment. We have to look at how the mind keeps us distracted or even disempowered. This is essential to our healing, because however we deal with discomfort on the mat mirrors how we behave when we are challenged in life. Yoga is not a get-fixed quick scheme. In fact, in the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali says you must commit to diligent, disciplined practice to keep the mind coming back to the present moment. In other words, in order for yoga to help, you must do the work. You must be willing to bring everything to the surface and investigate it. But, he says, don't get consumed by what you discover. Loosen the grip it has on you. Relax the identity it gives you, and simply let it be. Can you observe something as it presents itself and not get caught up in it? Inhale, come up, and roll all the way out until you're lying flat onto your backs. Lying flat, if you feel any discomfort in your lower back at all, take a spinal twist on your own. Otherwise, just get as comfortable on the floor as you can, drawing your shoulders away from the neck and letting the feet flop open. With each exhale, allow your whole body to soften in this moment. So with as much effort as you put into the more intense part of this practice is as much effortlessness as I invite you into now. Be at ease with yourself and within your body. Soften your eyes and any tension in your mouth. Let everything go and rest. commitment to practice and surrender is hard to do because we can get unwittingly addicted to our tension, our limiting beliefs, and disconnected feelings, all of which creates a biochemical response that becomes all too familiar, predictable, and oddly comforting. None of this happens consciously, of course. Our subconscious defaults to what it knows and encourages the sensation to surface that will keep us on high alert. More tension, defensiveness, numbing out, so we can never be hurt or taken by surprise again. Yet commit we must, because the inability to heal fractures created by the effects of trauma and unprocessed emotions can only lead to more suffering and a deeper split within ourselves. Without yoga or other trauma-informed practices to help us feel whole again, we have no self-awareness, no self-love. Without self-understanding, there can be no collective understanding, no sense of union, and we all suffer. To alleviate that suffering, we must come into union within ourselves, body and mind. This is the work of yoga. This is the evolution of the soul. This is the pathway to freedom. Bring your attention back to the breath. Inhale and reach your arms up over your head. Get a good stretch. Squeeze your knees into your chest. roll to your right side and press up into a seated position. Take a moment here. Palms onto your laps, thumbs touching. And let's just sit together for a few moments, tracking the body and turning inward. Place your palms into prayer. And together we take another very deep breath in. Exhale it out through the mouth. And we close this practice by giving thanks to God for these incredible tools that we have access to breathe and to move, to explore, to release the internalized information so that we can experience and find everlasting freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from resentment. We ask for the strength to continue to orient towards our shadow self, to see what the shadow has to teach us about our own humanity. And in learning more about our humanity and embracing the journey that we are on, we learn the skills to be more empathetic, compassionate, and loving towards all souls. Recognize we are all here to learn and to grow in accordance to God's will, in accordance to each individual's capacity to confront their own trauma and limiting beliefs. We ask for more presence, courage, and faith, and peace. And then together we offer this blessing with one single Om. Take a deep breath in. Lower your chin to your chest. Open your eyes and inhale. Come up. Thank you so much for class. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.